No one is coming. That realization may hit you like a wave of cold truth, but it's one of the most freeing and powerful truths you'll ever accept. No one is going to show up at your door with a map to your dream life. No one is going to rescue you from the habits you've outgrown, from the pain you haven't processed, or from the goals you keep pushing into next week. You can cry, complain, and wait, but at some point you'll have to stand up and move, not because someone is pulling you, but because you decided you were done sitting still. That is the beginning of real accountability. Accountability is not just about being responsible. It's about owning your life. Every decision, every delay, every excuse, every win, every loss, they're yours. They don't belong to your parents, your past, or your circumstances. They belong to you. And once you claim them, once you stop shifting the blame outward, you regain your power. Because while blaming others may feel good in the moment, it steals your strength over time. It convinces you that the control is outside of you. But it's not. It never was. We grow up thinking someone will notice, that someone will see our struggle and intervene, that someone will tell us, it's your time now. But life doesn't work like that. Nobody is going to hand you permission to chase your dream, to become stronger, to rebuild yourself. You have to give that permission to yourself. And the truth is, most people are too busy trying to figure out their own mess to save you from yours. You can either accept that with resentment or rise with resilience. One leads to stagnation. The other leads to transformation. Accountability isn't punishment. It's empowerment. It says, I won't wait to be chosen. I'll choose myself. It says, even if life hasn't been fair, I'm still responsible for what I do next. Because no matter how much you've been hurt, no matter how badly someone failed you, your healing is your job. Your growth is your responsibility. Your future is in your hands. Yes, you may have been handed broken pieces, but you still get to decide what you build with them. Some people use their pain as a prison. Others use it as fuel. The difference is not luck. It's ownership. Think about where you are in life right now. The relationships you keep, the job you go to, the thoughts you entertain, the way you treat your body, your mind, your time. Every single part of it reflects what you've tolerated, accepted, or pursued. That's hard to admit, but it's also powerful. Because if you created this reality, then you can change it. If your choices brought you here, then different choices can take you somewhere new. That's not fantasy. That's accountability. That's freedom. People love to talk about destiny, about purpose, about fate. But none of those things matter if you won't get up and work. Action is the proof of belief. So many people are talented, smart, capable, but they're stuck. Not because they lack resources, but because they refuse responsibility. They wait for motivation. They wait for clarity. They wait for a sign. Here's the sign, no one is coming. That's not a threat. It's a call to rise. When you truly understand that no one owes you anything, you stop living in emotional debt. You stop expecting others to validate you, to push you, to praise you. You stop looking around for help and start looking within. You build discipline. You create standards. You become consistent, not for attention, not for approval, but because that's who you are now. You show up because your future deserves it. You do the hard things because comfort never gave you the life you dreamed of. Yes, you may have had a rough start. Yes, life may have been unfair. But so what? That can't be your story forever. You can't build a legacy based on blame. Eventually, you have to stop telling the story of what hurt you and start writing the story of how you overcame it. You have to stop asking, why doesn't anyone help me? And start asking, how can I help myself today? That shift from victimhood to ownership is where everything changes. You don't have to wait to feel ready. You just have to decide. Take one step, one action, one honest choice, and then another. You're not going to change your life in a day, but you can start changing your direction in a moment. That moment is now. Stop waiting. Stop hoping someone will see your potential and pull you up. Pull yourself up. Be your own motivation. Be your own rescue. No one is coming, and that's the best news you'll ever hear, because it means you don't have to wait anymore. You can begin right here, right now. For you, there comes a point in life when you forget who you are. Not because you're weak, but because the world made so much noise that you stopped hearing your own voice. It happens quietly. You start shrinking your light to make others comfortable. You start doubting your worth because someone else couldn't see it. You start chasing approval, applause, attention, all the things that distract you from your essence. And over time, you trade authenticity for acceptance, forgetting the truth of who you were before the world told you who to be. That's why this message matters. Remember who you are and reclaim your identity. Not the version shaped by opinions or failures, but the real you, the one buried beneath the expectations and disappointments. You weren't born confused. You weren't born afraid. You didn't enter this world asking for permission to speak, to dream, to exist. Life did that to you. Experiences chipped away at your confidence. Rejections whispered lies. Setbacks made you question your value. But your identity isn't something the world gives you. It's something you uncover within yourself. And when you finally remember who you are, you stop settling. You stop apologizing for your truth. You stop watering yourself down just to fit in places that were never meant to hold your power. There's a version of you that existed before life hardened your heart. That version still lives inside you, waiting for you to stop pretending, waiting for you to stop performing, waiting for you to get tired enough of the noise that you finally sit in silence and say, enough. This is not me. That voice inside, the one you've been ignoring, it's not your enemy. It's your original self. The one that believed in impossible things. The one that dared to try. The one that got back up every time it fell. You haven't lost that version. You've just stopped listening. You see, identity isn't something others define for you. It's something you decide. You choose what you stand for. You choose what you allow. You choose what kind of energy you bring into a room. The problem is many people live on autopilot. They wear labels that were never theirs to wear: failure, broken, average, invisible. But those aren't your names. You were never meant to live small. You were never designed to chase validation. Your soul was built for truth, for purpose, for boldness. You just have to remember that you have power, not power over people, but power over your choices, power over how you show up, power over what you believe about yourself. Every time you choose authenticity over approval, you step back into alignment with your true identity. Every time you speak your truth, even if your voice shakes, you become a little more whole. Every time you walk away from something that disrespects your worth, you reclaim a piece of yourself. You were not born to be liked. You were born to be real. The right people will love the real you. The right opportunities will find the real you. But none of it matters if you keep pretending. So stop hiding. Stop dimming. Stop editing your soul for social approval. The world doesn't need a watered-down version of you. It needs you, fully alive, fully present, fully expressed. Think about how much time you've spent trying to be someone you're not. Think about the energy wasted trying to live up to someone else's idea of success, beauty, or strength. It's exhausting. And the worst part, even when you reach their version of enough, you still feel empty. Why? Because you didn't do it as you. That's why remembering who you are is so important. It's the only way to feel full, whole, alive. Reclaiming your identity means looking yourself in the mirror and saying, I'm done playing small. I'm done letting fear make decisions for me. I'm done trying to earn my worth. I am enough because I exist. I have value not because of what I do, but because of who I am. And when you start living from that place, everything changes. Your confidence returns. Your boundaries get stronger. Your choices align with your purpose. Not because you became someone new, but because you remembered who you've always been. You're not here by accident. You're not breathing by chance. There's something inside you the world hasn't seen yet, something beautiful, powerful, and real. But it only comes alive when you stop pretending and start remembering. So go back, reconnect with your younger self, reclaim your dreams, speak your truth, and most of all, be you boldly, unapologetically, and fully. Because you'll never be truly free until you are fully yourself. And you'll never find peace until you stop searching for identity outside and start remembering that everything you needed was always within. Most people wait for motivation to strike before they act. They wait to feel like it, to be inspired, to wake up excited. But the truth is, motivation is unreliable. It's like the wind, shifting, inconsistent, and based entirely on emotion. One day you feel like crushing your goals. The next day you barely want to get out of bed. If your progress depends on how you feel, then your results will always be inconsistent. That's why success doesn't belong to the most talented or the most inspired. It belongs to those who show up no matter what. It belongs to the disciplined. Discipline isn't sexy. It's not glamorous. It doesn't come with a cheering crowd or viral social media posts. It's quiet. It's repetitive. It's choosing what's right over what's easy again and again without needing a round of applause. Discipline is when you do the work even when you're tired, even when you don't see results yet, even when no one is watching. And that's where transformation happens, not in the moments of hype, but in the moments of commitment. Every day, you have a choice to show up or stay comfortable. And if you're serious about your goals, comfort is not your friend. Comfort says, you can skip today. Comfort says, you've done enough. Comfort says, try again later. But discipline says, let's keep going. Discipline shows up when motivation leaves. Discipline is what keeps you moving when your mood doesn't cooperate. It's the bridge between your goals and your results. Without it, you stay stuck in a loop, starting over again and again, full of good intentions, but empty on follow through. You don't need more motivation. You need to become a person who shows up regardless of it. That's what changes lives. That's what builds confidence. That's what separates the dreamers from the doers. Because every time you show up when it's hard, you build trust with yourself. You prove to yourself that you can be counted on. And that kind of self-trust is rare. It's powerful. It creates a mindset that says, no matter how I feel, I keep my word. I do what needs to be done. There will be days when your mind tries to talk you out of it. Days when your excuses sound reasonable. Days when your body says rest, but your vision says work. And those are the days that matter most, because those are the days that define you. Anyone can work hard when they're motivated. Anyone can post about their goals when they're feeling inspired, but not everyone will show up at 5 a.m. Not everyone will stay consistent for 6 months without praise. Not everyone will keep moving when the results are slow. That's what discipline does. It makes you different. Consistency is the child of discipline. You don't become great by doing something once. You become great by doing it again and again. Even when you don't see instant results, you don't get fit by going to the gym once. You don't become a master by practicing once. You don't build a legacy by working hard for 1 week. It's what you do daily that defines you, not what you do occasionally. And yes, there will be failures. There will be days when you miss the mark, but discipline isn't about being perfect. It's about coming back over and over. It's about choosing long-term growth over short-term comfort. Every time you show up, even if the session isn't perfect, even if the outcome isn't great, you're casting a vote for the kind of person you want to be. Over time, those votes add up. They build habits, character, and results that others will call luck or talent. But you'll know it was just discipline. So if you want to change your life, stop waiting to be motivated. Motivation is a spark, but discipline is the fire that keeps burning. Show up when it's boring. Show up when it's hard. Show up when no one is clapping. Do it when it's the last thing you want to do. Do it because your future self is depending on it. Every small act of discipline today creates the strength and success you'll thank yourself for tomorrow. When it's all said and done, the world won't remember what you intended to do. It will remember what you actually did. So show up every day without excuses, without needing to feel ready. Because greatness isn't something you stumble into. It's something you build brick by brick, rep by rep, day by disciplined day. You are worth the work. Not just the highlight moments, just the achievements or applause, but the entire journey. The late nights, the hard choices, the uncomfortable growth, the relentless effort when nobody else is looking. You are worth all of it. Yet so many people live their entire lives pouring into everything and everyone else, hoping that maybe, just maybe, they'll finally feel full if they keep giving. But the truth is, until you believe that you are worth investing in, and nothing you chase will ever be enough, you won't be able to truly receive love, success, peace, or fulfillment until you believe you deserve it. Not because of what you do, but because of who you are. Somewhere along the way, life may have convinced you that you were too much or not enough. Maybe people underestimated you. Maybe they walked away. Maybe you made mistakes that made you question your own value. And you started to shrink. You started to play it safe. You started to hustle for worthiness. Thinking if you achieved more, looked better, made everyone happy, then you'd finally matter. But here's the truth you've been avoiding. You don't have to earn your worth. You just have to own it. You are allowed to choose yourself without guilt. You are allowed to pour energy into your growth, your healing, your vision, without waiting for someone to approve it. This life is yours. These moments are yours. And the question is are you going to keep watching it slip away while you convince yourself you're not ready? Or are you going to look in the mirror, finally see your own value, and decide, I am worth the work? Investing in yourself doesn't mean perfection. It doesn't mean grinding 247 or pretending to have it all together. It means honoring your needs. It means setting boundaries. It means prioritizing your goals. It means speaking kindly to yourself when no one else does. It means letting go of things that dim your light, even if they once felt safe. It's the quiet choice to become more of who you are instead of who the world expects you to be. There will be days when you doubt your worth. That's human. But self-worth isn't about never struggling. It's about choosing not to give up on yourself when you do. It's the moment you get back up, brush off the pain and say, I'm not done yet, because you matter, not just in theory, not just when things go well. You matter always. And the work you do on yourself is not wasted. Every step, every setback, every small win is part of something bigger. You may not see the results overnight, but that doesn't mean the effort is meaningless. Some of the most powerful growth happens silently, privately, slowly, and one day you wake up and realize you're stronger, calmer, clearer. That's what investing in yourself looks like. Stop waiting for someone to show up and remind you of your value. Stop waiting for a relationship, a paycheck, or a title to prove you're worthy. You're the one you've been waiting for. You have always been enough. You just need to act like it. Start showing up for yourself like someone who matters. Stop breaking promises to yourself. Stop settling for half love, half effort, half lived dreams. You deserve more. And you know it. The question is, will you give it to yourself? It takes courage to invest in yourself, to say, I'm not okay with where I am, but I believe I can become something more. It takes grit to choose growth when stagnation feels safer. It takes strength to walk away from comfort zones and into uncertainty. But the only thing scarier than change is regret. And if you keep putting yourself last, if you keep abandoning your dreams for the sake of pleasing others or avoiding discomfort, you'll wake up one day and realize you were the one who needed you most. And you didn't show up. You are not here to survive. You are here to thrive, to build, evolve, to become. That kind of life doesn't come from waiting. It comes from work, inner work, outer work, daily choices, quiet wins, long nights, painful lessons, but it's all worth it because you are worth it. So today, choose you, not just when it's easy, especially when it's hard. Show up for yourself with the same passion you give to others. Hold space for your healing. Make time for your goals. Speak your truth. Chase your vision. Not because you have something to prove, but because you have a life to live. And you are the only one who can live it. You are the project and the masterpiece. You are the question and the answer. You are the work, and you are always worth it.